Build your career moat. Munger's strategy for lasting wealth. You work harder than ever. You relentlessly acquire new skills. You chase every promotion, every certification. Yet deep down, you feel it. That unsettling current of anxiety in today's hyper-competitive world. A world of rapid automation, global talent pools, and unpredictable economic shocks. Your professional security, your career longevity, and your ability to build lasting wealth are constantly under brutal and visible siege. The job market isn't just a battlefield, it's a rapidly shifting quicksand where no position is truly safe. The brutal truth, a truth championed by Charlie Munger, the silent architect behind Berkshire Hathaway's colossal success, is that simply being good is no longer enough. To survive, to thrive, to build an unassailable professional position that generates lasting wealth, you must understand and apply one of the most powerful concepts in business, the moat. Munger, alongside his legendary partner Warren Buffett, used the idea of an economic moat to identify companies with deep, sustainable, competitive advantages. Businesses so well defended that competitors simply couldn't touch them. But what if this isn't just a corporate strategy? What if this profound insight can be directly applied to your personal career? What if you could build an unbreakable defense around your professional value, making you indispensable, highly compensated, and immune to the whims of the market, even when everyone else is crumbling? Today, on the Munger Almanac, we rip open this concept. We will reveal Munger's strategy for building your own career moat, a unique, defensible, competitive advantage that protects your professional future, ensures your relevance, and becomes the ultimate engine for lasting wealth. If you're tired of feeling vulnerable, if you're ready to secure your professional destiny and achieve financial freedom, then prepare yourself. Because Charlie Munger's unvarnished truth is about to change how you build your career forever. The myth of just work harder. Why your efforts are falling short? You've been taught the grind. To work harder, to get more certifications, to network relentlessly, to always be on. But look around you. Why are many of the hardest working, most technically skilled individuals the first to be laid off when the economic winds shift? Or why do they find themselves stuck on a plateau, constantly battling for relevance and a raise, while others seem to effortlessly ascend to positions of power and build serious wealth? The answer is a brutal reality. The market doesn't pay for effort. It pays for irreplaceable value. Munger understood this with chilling clarity. In a world of increasing commoditization, where skills are quickly learned, automated, or outsourced, being merely good or hardworking makes you a commodity, and commodities compete solely on price, in your case, on salary. This is a relentless race to the bottom, where your value erodes over time and your future becomes precarious. Consider the once mighty Blockbuster. They worked hard, they had stores everywhere, they'd served millions. But they lacked a sustainable competitive advantage, a moat against Netflix's digital distribution. They became obsolete. Think of countless factory workers whose deeply specialized manual skills were rendered useless by automation. This isn't a moral failing, it's a harsh economic truth. In your career, if your skills or your position can be easily replicated, automated, or outsourced, you have no lasting advantage. You have no moat. This fundamental misunderstanding of true value creation is the fatal flaw in most professional strategies. People focus on doing more, on acquiring more widely available skills, instead of cultivating advantages that are unique, defensible, and truly difficult to replicate. Munger would look at your career and ask, what makes you genuinely difficult to compete with? What makes you practically impossible to replace? If your honest answer is not much, then you're building your professional house on sand, destined to crumble when the tides rise. This leads us to the absolute core of Munger's moat strategy for your career. It's about building a formidable defensive barrier around your professional value that allows you to command higher compensation, achieve greater security, and ensure long-term relevance.
You know, you've said that great companies are those that have an economic moat. And I understand that phrase to mean a sustainable competitive advantage. Do businesses begin their lives with sustainable competitive advantages, or must that be developed over a very long time? And then, what are the fundamental bases upon which you've seen companies successfully develop sustainable competitive advantages? Of those, which do you think is the most enduring and which is the least?
Well, sometimes they can develop it very quickly. I mean, I would say that Microsoft, in terms of the operating system, that was a relatively quick development. But that was an industry that was exploding and things were changing very fast. On the other hand, if you go back to See's Candy, which started in 1921, there is no way you could build a sustainable competitive advantage, at least that would be recognizable in times measured shorter than decades. I mean, you opened up one shop at a time and nobody had heard of you originally, and then a few people did. And boxed chocolates were something that people may have bought once or twice a year for holiday occasions or whatsoever. So you weren't going to embed yourself in the minds of Californians in 1 or 2 or 5 years just because you were turning out an outstanding box of chocolates. So it depends on the way the industry itself is developing. Walmart has done a fabulous job, an incredible job in quite a short period of time. But even they took it in the small towns, and they progressed along and refined their techniques as they went.
Munger and Buffett's insistence on a moat wasn't just for billion-dollar corporations. It's a universal principle for sustained advantage, directly applicable to your individual professional journey. Now, let's explore the strategic pillars of building your unassailable career moat. The pillars of your professional fortress. Building a career moat. Applying Munger's moat concept to your career means deliberately developing unique, sustainable advantages that make you genuinely hard to replace. It's not about luck. It's about strategic design and ruthless self-assessment. 1. The deep expertise moat. Becoming uniquely indispensable. This isn't just about being skilled or having many certifications. It's about being profoundly, uncommonly expert in a specific, valuable niche that is fundamentally difficult for others to replicate or even understand quickly. Think of the world's leading authority in a rare surgical procedure, or the top engineer for a specific complex AI architecture for autonomous vehicles. Their knowledge is so deep, specialized, and often tacit, learned through experience, not books, that the switching costs for an employer or client to move away from them is astronomically high. This means a relentless, deliberate focus on depth over breadth in a critical, high-value area. Guess. Naval Ravikant often emphasizes, cultivate specific knowledge that cannot be taught, only learned through apprenticeship, innate talent, and genuine passion. 2. The reputation and trust mode. Your unassailable personal brand. Munger considered integrity and a stellar reputation invaluable assets, often saying a good reputation is more valuable than money. Your professional reputation is your personal brand's most formidable moat. If you are known for unwavering integrity, absolute reliability, and consistently delivering beyond expectations, you build a moat of trust that competitors cannot easily breach. People, especially decision makers, seek out and pay a premium for those they implicitly trust, particularly in high-stakes environments. This is a long-term game, built brick by painstaking brick through ethical behavior and consistent results, making it virtually uncopyable by any competitor. 3. The network effect moat. Cultivating unique, high-value relationships. This isn't about collecting LinkedIn connections. It's about cultivating truly deep, value-generating relationships where you become the central. It's an indispensable node in a critical network of influence, specialized knowledge, or unique opportunities. When your value is fundamentally tied to your unique position within a vital network, perhaps you're the go-to person for specific introductions, or you're the bridge between disparate departments. Replacing you means dismantling or rebuilding that entire intricate web of connections. This is an incredibly powerful moat to build, difficult to replicate, and it grants you access that others can only dream of. 4. The switching cost moat. Making yourself costly to replace. In business, switching costs make it difficult for customers to move to a competitor. For example, being deeply embedded in a software ecosystem. In your career, How can you create practical or perceived switching costs for your employer or clients? This could be through proprietary knowledge of complex internal systems that only you fully master, managing deeply entrenched client relationships over years, or developing unique processes and efficiencies that save your organization significant time and money. This makes replacing you not just inconvenient, but disruptive, costly, and inherently risky, creating a powerful incentive for your retention and higher compensation. Consider Sarah, a project manager. She didn't just manage projects. She became the sole expert in integrating legacy systems with bleeding-edge AI solutions for her company's specific industry. She built an unassailable reputation for always delivering complex projects on time, even when others failed. Her deep expertise in this rare intersection, combined with a network effect of key internal and external stakeholders who trusted only her, created massive switching costs. Replacing Sarah wasn't just hiring another PM. It meant risking millions in project delays and potential system failures. That's a career moat in action. The cost of complacency. The brutal consequence of no moat. Knowing Munger's moat strategy in your career carries severe, often brutal consequences that most people simply don't see coming. Commoditization and wage stagnation. Without a unique, defensible advantage, you become just another resume in a massive pile, forced to compete primarily on salary. Your earning potential stagnates, and you constantly face pressure from cheaper alternatives, automation, or newly minted graduates. Irrelevance and rapid obsolescence. As industries evolve at breakneck speed. If your value isn't protected by a moat, your skills quickly become outdated. You are easily replaced by someone newer, cheaper, or with a more relevant moat. This often leads to painful career transitions, forced early retirement, or the terrifying scramble to reskill in a saturated market. Persistent anxiety and burnout. Living in constant fear of job loss, being outmaneuvered, or falling behind is a breeding ground for debilitating anxiety and chronic burnout. Without a moat, you're always hustling, always defending, never truly secure, and never truly building lasting wealth or professional peace of mind. Missed transformational opportunities, the best opportunities, the high-impact projects, critical leadership roles, the most lucrative ventures, or even entrepreneurial leaps, rarely go to the generalists. They are almost exclusively reserved for those who have built clear, defensible moats around their unique value, making them the obvious, indispensable choice. This, exactly, is why the majority unknowingly limits their own professional potential. Trapped by a lack of strategic defense that guarantees their financial and professional mediocrity. But you don't have to be one of them. You have Munger's blueprint, Munger's moat. Your blueprint for lasting wealth. Charlie Munger's career moat strategy isn't about being manipulative or cutthroat. It's about a profound, almost uncomfortable realism. It's about understanding the deep economic and psychological forces that dictate value and applying them with ruthless rationality to your personal professional life. By deliberately cultivating deep, specialized expertise, by building an unassailable reputation founded on integrity and consistent delivery, by developing unique, high-value professional networks, and by strategically creating switching costs that make you indispensable, you transform yourself. You shift from being a disposable commodity to an unassailable asset. You stop passively playing defense and start actively building an offense that guarantees your relevance, multiplies your compensation, and generates lasting wealth. This profound Mungerian understanding will not only protect you from the common pitfalls that destroy countless careers and businesses, but it will also unlock unparalleled opportunities for growth, leadership, and true professional prosperity. This is how you stop competing in a crowded, dangerous field and start building a fortress around your professional future and the lasting wealth you deserve. The choice, as always, is stark and brutally honest. Will you continue to operate as a vulnerable professional, hoping hard work and generic skills will suffice? Or will you embrace Munger's uncompromising moat strategy, becoming an unassailable asset, and finally claim the professional advantage and lasting wealth that is truly possible? If you're ready to build an unassailable professional future, to escape the paralyzing anxiety of career vulnerability, to secure the lasting wealth that only a true career moat can provide, then your journey to indispensable value starts now. Subscribe to the Munger Almanac. Click the subscribe button below and activate the notification bell to ensure you never miss another brutal truth, another profound insight designed to transform your professional and financial life. And in the comments below, share with us. What's one specific action you will take this week to start building or strengthening your career moat? Your commitment and insights fuel our shared wisdom. Join the Almanac.